If you've ever tried looping on the Octatrack, you know it could feel like you need a pilot's license just to record a 4-bar phrase. But Electron actually built a secret easy mode for looping. It's called the pickup machine. Think of it like having a looper pedal inside the Octatrack, with a few Electron-style quirks. Today, I'll break down how to use pickup machines, why they're different from quick record and recorder tricks, and when you actually should use them. I've got my modular patched into CD, and I'll first set up a pickup machine and then show you how it compares to other sampling methods. So, if you know my Octatrack live template, I always have my looper on track 7. So let's set it up as a pickup machine. To set up a pickup machine, you choose the track and double tap on source. And it's down there. Now the track display changes. It looks simpler and almost like a looper pedal screen. That's the first clue. Pickup machines don't give you sequencer tricks, slice options, or parameter locks. The screen shows basic loop info instead of the flex static interface. Pickup machines still use recording setup 1 and 2, but the way they respond is different from flex. So you have the input A, B, C, D, and source 3. They work the same as recorders. You decide where the audio comes from. The R length defines your maximum length and lets you free record. That's why I set it up to max instead of 64 steps as in my Octatrack live template. Then you got the trigger mode. In my Octatrack live template, I have it to 1, but for pickup machine sampling, I prefer to have it on 1, 2, which means I can press this pickup plus button to record, and once I finish the loop, I press pickup stop and it's done. Otherwise, it's always automatically synced to the loops you've set up and how many steps you set up on the sequencer. So the key difference versus recorder buffers is that with flex and recorder tricks, you could place simple tricks on the sequencer grid and p-lock anything. With pickup machines, there are no playback tricks. Everything is manual button-based. Then you got recorder setup 2. There you can set again your fades. I recommend putting the lowest you got. I turned on the CD monitor input, and I also turned on the quantized playback because that now really matters. For flex and recorder tricks, you often leave QPL off because you could just place playback tricks in time. But with pickup machines, since playback is always manual, QPL decides if the loop launches immediately or waits until the next bar plen. That's huge for staying in sync during live looping. So the functionality of the rec buttons changes at pickup machines. You can read their functions in gray. So if you press rec 1, it starts recording. And if you press again, it's gonna start overdub if you're in overdub mode. Then if you double tap rec 1, it will replace, so it will erase and re-record. Rec 2 stops recording and starts playback. If you double tap on rec 2, it's gonna clear the loop. And you got a dedicated erase button, which will ask you also if you want to erase. So basically, rec 1 is record, overdub, replace, and rec 2 is play, stop, clear. This button behavior is what feels like a pedal looper rather than an Electron sequencer. The first pickup machine you record becomes the master loop. The Octatrack will even adjust its tempo to match that loop length. All additional pickup machines become slaves. So let's have a look at that. Let's play something into the first pickup machine. All right. Okay, we got a nice loop. So let's set up another pickup machine. Let's check the recorder settings. Yeah. All right. All right, let's record. Okay, so we got this loop going. And now when we set up another pickup machine, you can already see that it has a small point here, and the first one has a small point up there at the top, which means that this is the master loop and this is the slave loop. Okay, so let's pause and compare, because this is where most people get lost. So manual sampling with track and record without a pickup machine is quick, direct, but overrides buffers unless you save. Perfect for resampling trigs. Recorder trigs on flex machines are fully sequenced, programmable, you can set up p-logs, slice and even automate playbacks. And pickup machines don't have any of that. So no sequencer, no p-logs, and none of the sequencing features, because it's supposed to behave like a real looping pedal. Also notice how the screen changes. With flex, you see loops and slices. With pickups, you see loop status, overdub level, and basic transport. So when do you actually use them? Here are some use cases Electron users love. For example, guitar or vocal looping, simple pedal style looping and playback. Or for ambient sound beds, for overdubbing, like drones, and changing the gain to slowly fade out loops. Jamming with external gear, like play a riff, record it and get your hands off it and go on doing something else. Also for tempo sync, because you can sync the Octatrack main tempo to the pickup machine tempo. Even people use it for minimal live sets and perform entire shows just with pickup machines. Also as an improvisation safety net, like recording weird gear, which is a bit wonky or something, into the Octatrack and looping it there. So flex is for sequencing and sound design, and pickups are for looping and performance flow. So let's go back to the Octatrack. So let's check out the second pickup we have grabbed. And you can see there's one setting called direction. So it can play loops forward, backward, or even ping pong. Let's try that out. As reverse. Okay. Then you also got the gain, with which overdubs fade with each pass, creating evolving textures. Then you got the operation, which is dub or gain. So on dub you can set overdubs and on gain you cannot. And then you can press track tempo. It's gonna sync the tempo to the pickup machine you have chosen. These are unique to pickups and give them their flavor. Alright, so let's delete everything and do a little demo flow. Erase, yes. No, erase, yes. Stop, erase, yes. All right, let's start with this one. All right, I got something I want to try. So. And it got synced to the right tempo. Let's see what we got on the other one. All right, let's wait until the loop finishes and let's do a length of x2. Let's see what happens if we put in a kick. Well, with the sync, it doesn't work so well, as you can see. But we heard it. And now you can change the direction. Let's try it ping pong. And let's overdub on that one. The overdub didn't work, let's try again. Now it's in, but it's not sounding really good, guys, but I think you got the drill. So yeah, it definitely needs a lot of practice, and I haven't practiced or used it that much yet, so I'm learning with you guys, but I think this has really some potential. So, to wrap up, here's the big picture. Pickup machines are like loop pedals in the Octatrack. They are manual and not sequenced, so there's no sequencing trigs and no parameter locks. QPL does matter here, so the pickup machine loop starts to play quantized. The first loop sets the master length and tempo, and the next ones are slaves. And as you could hear, better use them for like overdub kind of layering than trying to make really precise loops with it. So are you looping with pickup machines or with recorder trigs on flex machines? Tell me in the comments. And if this finally cleared up the pickup mystery for you, hit like and subscribe for more videos about Modular and Octatrack. You can also grab my Octatrack live template, link is in the description.